Hi, boys and girls. We are going to do our vocabulary for Click, Clack, Moo, which happens to be one of my favorite stories. Here are your vocabulary for this week. I'm going to read down through them, then we're going to talk about them. The first one is understand, gathered, impatient, impossible, believe, problem, demand, and furious. So the first one, understand. If you understand something, you know what it means. Do you understand what it means when it rains or why it rains? Do you understand when your pet is barking or making a sound, what it needs? So we all understand things in different ways. It just means that you understand, you know what something means. Your next one is gathered. People who have gathered have come together as a group. And now with COVID, they're limiting us gathering because of spreading the germs. And when we do gather, we have to wear our face masks and things. So gather just means coming together. Sometimes people collect things and they gather them up. Like when I go to the beach, I gather up seashells. And think about during harvest time in the fall, farmers gather the food that they have grown. So gather means coming together as a group or grouping things together. The next one is impatient, and you can look at that, see that girl's face. She is tired of waiting so long. She's growing impatient. You're not able to wait calmly. Sometimes when you go to the doctor's office and you sit there forever and ever and ever, you get impatient. You're not able to wait calmly anymore. You just want it to be your turn. Sometimes kids get impatient for recess to come because they're working so hard and for so long, and they get impatient and have trouble waiting. The next one is impossible. If something is impossible, it cannot be done, like pigs flying. That's not going to happen. And think about in our story that you read, how Chipmunk got his stripes. Chipmunk knew that it was going to be impossible for Bear to make the sun not come up. Things that are impossible cannot be done. This week in your triggers that you're going to do, you're going to have to give 3 examples of things that are impossible. The next word is believe, and that word is a perfect Christmas word, right? Believe. If you believe something, you think that it is real or true. Would you believe your friend if your friend said, I jumped so high, I touched the sky? No, because you know that would be impossible. Would you believe that your friend said, I went for a walk? Yeah, because that's possible. Do you believe that our pets can understand what we say to them? Some people might say yes, some people might say no. When I talk to my dogs, sometimes I feel like they know what I'm saying. So if you believe something, you think it is real or you think it's true. The next word is problem. The little boy there is raising his hands to show he has a problem or he needs help. If you have a problem, you have a question or a situation that needs to be answered or solved. Think about if you have a problem, your shoe's untied. How are you going to solve that? Yeah, you're going to tie it or you're going to find someone that can. Your bicycle has a flat tire. That's a problem. What are you going to do to solve that problem? So we encounter big and little problems all the time, and we just have to learn how to solve them and deal with the problems. Your next word is demand. The lights and the sirens demand that everyone gets out of that fire truck's way. If you demand, you ask or tell someone to do something very firmly. Some parents demand things. They demand that you not yell or scream, that you're respectful. Parents demand that you do your homework when you're supposed to. So it's when you tell someone to do something very firmly, and you're going to see in our story, Click, Clack, Moo, that the animals in there are demanding things from Farmer Brown. And the next one is furious. You can see that baby is very angry because she is furious. When someone's furious, they're very angry, not just mad or angry. Furious is more severe than those words. And you can guess that Farmer Brown is pretty furious that these animals are demanding things from him and not doing their jobs. What are some things that you could do when you get furious? You could take a deep breath. You could walk away, maybe go for a walk, to kind of clear your head so that you are not furious. So those are our words. And now we are going to do our triggers. So if you have a whiteboard or a piece of paper, we are going to do, well, guys, if I can, how about that? If I can do that. Here we go. So get your paper set up so that you have your 4 boxes, and we are going, the first one we're going to do is understand. And let's write that word. Un is your first syllable, der is your second syllable, and stand is your last syllable. So there are 3 syllables in that word, understand. We are going, think about a symbol that we could use. We haven't, I'm not sure if I've done symbols with you, but if you understand something, can you think of a symbol that we might draw so that it tells you, yep, I understand it? Sometimes in cartoons, you'll see this, something flashes up over their head, like saying they have an idea or they get it. I hope you were thinking light bulb. So I'm going to draw a little light bulb here. And if you understand, it's like the light went off. A lot of times as a teacher, if I'm teaching something, I can look out and see your little faces, and I'll be able to see this look go across your face that lets me know, oh, they're getting it. They understand it. I always call that the light bulb moment. You have a light bulb. The light bulb went off. You're understanding what is happening. And if you don't have to write this next thing, but I just want to use it. An equation might be you have knowledge and you take away confusion, you get understanding. Okay? So it's knowledge without confusion means that you understand it. And we just drew a little light bulb, a light bulb moment. The next one we're going to do is gathered. Gathered, which is sad that we can't gather right now because of COVID, right? So let's give some examples of things that can be gathered. Think of an example. Think about animals. When they gather, a lot of times we say they are in a herd. A herd of animals is gathering. Think about where people gather. We gather in our classrooms, don't we? That puts us all together. Sometimes people gather at Church. Think about things that are gathered up. Think about fall. What's gathered up a lot at fall in our yards? We gather up piles, I messed up, piles of leaves, right? We gather the leaves into piles. So if you can think of some other things to add, you can pause and add them, but gathering just means you're putting them in things or people into groups, and herd is animals gathering. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is problem. If you have a problem, you need a solution, right? So an antonym would be solution. So let's do a bridge map, which is an analogy. And we are going to give examples of problem and solution. Those are antonyms, aren't they? So we're going to, our link, which means our relationship between these two, is that we're giving examples. So let's think of a math problem. Let's do 200 plus 300 is the problem. And the solution, what would we write here? Yeah, we would write 500. So problem is to 200 plus 300, as solution is to 500. I want you either right now to pause it, or after the video's over, I would like for you to come up with a problem example, and the solution would be an example. It might be, oh, I know, it might be the problem might be lots of snow. The solution might be shovel driveway. Okay, so you come up, you can do a math one, or you can do an everyday kind of problem that might happen in life. Okay, and then the last one we're going to do is believe. Believe. If you believe in something, you believe it to be true. So, I want you to think of some things that you believe in. Let's see if we can come up. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I am going to write this word as an acrostic, but I'm going to write it this way, because this time I'm not going to come up with a word for every single letter. When I do write it this way, I'm just coming up with a few words. So if you believe something, you think something is real, right? So I'm going to put real right here. Some things that you might believe in, you could say you believe in, can you think of something that you believe in? You believe in love, right? You believe that you might believe that anything is possible. Let's see if I can make this fit, guys. Barely. So if you can think of something to add here, that would be awesome. So if you believe in something, you believe it's real. Something I believe in is love, and something else I believe in is anything is possible. So see if you can come up with something that you believe in, or another word that might help us connect to believe for any of these other letters. So those are your vocabulary, our vocabulary. And you will have to do, obviously, your triggers on your trigger page. So check that out. And if you have any questions, have mom or dad or grandma to email me on Dojo. Happy learning, boys and girls.